I could feel how I felt my child. I had the ability to really, truly affirm and support him. And I wasn't taking the opportunity to do that. And I knew that's not the type of parent I was supposed to be. When he told me that he knew that too, it was my bitter pill to swallow because I saw his identity as a threat.
Hi there, I'm Brooke Sebold and welcome to I Changed My Mind. One thing we can probably all agree on right now is that we're living in a time of deep division, where fear spreads faster than understanding. And yet I remain an optimist. I believe deeply in our capacity to grow, not just as individuals, but in how we show up for each other. That kind of transformation begins with the courage to change our minds, which is why I created this series, to normalize what that process looks like. This is one of 5 episodes we're producing in partnership with PFLAG National, the largest organization in the US dedicated to supporting, educating, and advocating for LGBTQ+ people and those who love them. Today's conversation feels especially urgent. According to the ACLU, as of June 2025, over 600 anti-LGBTQ+ bills have been introduced across the US, many targeting trans youth and their families. It's an unprecedented legislative attack aimed at erasing trans lives. And in this hostile climate, stories like today's are more vital than ever. Because today we're talking to a mom who chose love over fear. Her name is DeeDee. She's a single mother who, like so many parents, just wanted to do right by her kid. When he came out as trans, she tried to be supportive, said the right things, used the right pronouns, and outwardly affirmed her child's gender identity. But deep down, she was waiting it out, quietly hoping this was all just a phase. And then one day, a group of young trans men changed her mind about what support really means. That moment reshaped how DeeDee showed up as a mother, as an ally, and as an advocate.
My name is DeeDee, and I changed my mind about what real support looks like.
And so tell me what it was like when Lotus came out as trans to you.
I was in shock. It wasn't on my radar. I was celebrating my students graduating, and it was during the pandemic, so we couldn't have a regular graduation. So I was going to each student's home, and I asked Lotus if he wanted to accompany me. He had said, no, I don't want to go, but I do want to tell you something. And he said, I'm transgender. I said, I appreciate you telling me. Being a teacher, I knew that it was my job to be affirming. I put on a smile and I tried to remain calm, but inside I was in shock. And so I went to the parents' house and she asked how Lotus was doing. It was kind of a blur, but I remember crying. I remember her consoling me, and her advice was, when it comes to our kids, that we just have to roll with the punches. We have to persevere. It seemed like good advice at the time. Lotus coming out to me, it felt like a threat. I felt like we're gonna buckle down. We're gonna, make sure your grades are right. We're gonna make sure everything stays on course for you. But what that did is it kind of ignored a part of him that he was revealing to me. It was an acceptance, but it was like a resigned acceptance. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna come together and we're gonna get over this threat. What I noticed, Lotus had always been really good academically, that he started to have some trouble in school. His grades started slipping. He didn't seem like himself. He seemed like more depressed and anxious. So I kind of left him without the type of support he needed. He knew I loved him, but it was I love you despite this. It put a shadow on our relationship. My anxiety, which I was trying to mask, I think he felt some of that. In our relationship, there was this new element of fear. And even if we didn't speak about it, it's still there.
And can you share a little bit more about what you were afraid of?
I have a Black child already. Racism, I know it exists, and sexism, I know it exists, and transphobia, this is a new element. Second, it's that his life would be limited. There were things that I wanted for him, and there were things that he said he wanted for himself. And because I didn't know any transgender people, I didn't have a frame of reference. I feared that he might not even be transgender. Maybe he was mistaken. I feared that maybe I messed up at being a single parent. I felt like the buck stopped with me, so maybe there was something I did to cause this to happen.
I'd love to chat a little bit about what it was that really sort of opened your mind around accepting Lotus fully.
Lotus really wanted me to watch. It was a panel of transgender young men, a Zoom session. They each told their stories of what they went through to get testosterone. Some of them had to run away from home. Some of them had to buy testosterone off the black market. When I saw those kids, and they had to jump through so many hoops to be themselves. And I knew that that's what was going on with my child. I could see their humanity. It was really odd that I had to look at strangers to be able to see the humanity, in my own child. And to know that that is something that my own child is experiencing. I think that opened me up to seeing that, wow, these are human beings experiencing this type of despair, and it's due to people around them not accepting them. And voila, that's me. That's me. I'm the person around, my child not fully, accepting him. That was like a pivotal moment. It was a mind-blowing moment for me, because that's when I stopped seeing his identity as a threat. It's a part of who he is.
Can you kind of share a little bit about the steps that came after you really had that big change of mind?
With Lotus, I wanted to share that excitement, that I see you. I was just bringing it up, covertly, saying, yeah, what did you think of that panel discussion Zoom? Those kids had it pretty hard, but he surprised me by telling me that he knew that I loved him, but he did not feel supported by me. He revealed to me that he thought as he got older, he would probably have to go somewhere where he could be more of himself. And that was shocking to me. So
I know, because you had sort of put yourself in a different camp from the parents that would kick their kids out. And then what did it feel
Absolutely.
like to hear that Lotus had been considering, where is a space that I can go where I can be fully myself?
Knee-jerk response, I was defensive. But honestly, I'm glad I gave it some pause, because I understood where that was coming from. Usually when you think of non-accepting parents, you're thinking of people kicking their kids out the house or sending them to a conversion camp or things like that. But when you don't appreciate your child for who they are or give them the right type of mental health support, those are also ways to be non-affirming.
In what ways were you supporting Lotus back then, and then how did your support change after that revelation?
I felt like I was supporting him because I was using the right pronouns. I felt like I was supporting him by getting a therapist for him to talk to. I was supporting him by not giving him any pushback. I got the pediatrician on board. I did all the things that I felt like I was supposed to do. After, it was a different type of energy. I wanted to do this. I want to do that. Yes, you are going to face more discrimination, so let me be a safe port. I want to do this. The eagerness to be true support, and that made the difference in all things.
What changed in your relationship with Lotus once that shifted for you?
We became close again. I felt like I got the kid back that I thought that maybe I'd lost. I know that he knows that his identity is not a burden. It's a part of who he is, and I love who he is. And so we could enjoy our parent-child relationship again. I think if I hadn't had that moment, we would have eventually become estranged. What it did was it created an authenticity in our relationship. He didn't have the burden of thinking he was a burden.
And knowing what you know now, how would you have supported Lotus differently when he came out?
I definitely would have told him that this is not a problem. I would have said it explicitly. I would have let him take the lead. How can I, because I think that's what I did after. I said, I'm sorry, I messed up. How can I support you? I love you. I want to celebrate you. How do you want me to do this?
What changes did you notice in Lotus emotionally and energetically after your shift?
His confidence soared. He came out to our family. He became more of the person that he was always meant to be.
What changed for you as a result of embracing and celebrating who Lotus is?
it grew me as a person. And I'm able to, love people more unconditionally. And it also helped me to know that my concerns, I could take those, do the work within myself, and then I can help other parents do the same thing. That's my mission. Maybe my penance, I don't know. And I get to play a role in that, where people are genuinely accepted and there's not a threat. No one's identity, orientation, or anything about them serves as a threat to someone else.
What to you is the value of changing your mind?
The value of changing your mind is that you know that you can change the world. It seems like a small thing at the time, but the impact that it has on everyone, I didn't know that before. I didn't know the great impact it would have on Lotus. I didn't know the great impact it would have on strangers that I hadn't met yet. Being open to changing your mind, it changes everything.
Imagine you're speaking to the younger DeeDee version of yourself that was hoping this would be a phase. What would you say to her?
It's okay that you are afraid. This is not a threat. This is just one of the incredible threads of the person God gifted to be your child. Take your fears, work on them within yourself so that you can support this awesome human being.